Welcome to online video tutorials. Myself Dr. Chaya Bhim, Associate Professor. In this video, let's look into the concepts of wavelength routing networks. Wavelength routing networks. Figure shows WDM network is built on the concept of wavelength routing. This has two types of nodes, OXC and edge nodes. OXCs are the one that connect the fibers in the network. Edge nodes provide interface between non-optical end systems. The access nodes are one that provides terminating points for optical signal paths from source to destination. The services that wavelength routed networks offer to the source and destinations are attached to the edge nodes. These edge nodes are in the form of logical connections implemented using light paths. So here in this figure we can see one edge node which is directing towards the other edge node which is represented in two different colors, one in red and another in green. So these are two light paths that are shown in the routed network. Hence, the light path acts as a transparent clear channel between source and destination edge nodes. So, there is nothing in the signal path to limit the throughput of the fiber. 3x3 optical cross connect with the 2 wavelength per fiber is shown. So here the OXC provides switched and routing functions for supporting the logical paths between edge nodes. An OXC takes optical signal at each of the wavelengths from input ports and can switch it to any particular output to desired ports. OXC with N cross N are capable of handling wavelengths per port. These are called as N cross N switches. So in this figure they have shown only 3x3. Similarly we can use for n inputs and n outputs. So as shown in the figure, these switches have to be preceded by the wavelength D marks and followed by wavelength marks to implement an optical cross connect. We can see that by configuring OXCs along physical path, a light path can be established between any pair of the edge nodes. There are two criteria. First one is the light path is implemented by selecting a path of physical logical link. We even call it as a light path between the edge nodes. Second, a particular wavelength is reserved on each of these links. So we need to deal with two things to establish or configure optical connection. First is routing. It means selecting a suitable path, and wavelength assignment, that is allocating an available wavelength for connection. For any optical connection, RWA has two constraints. First is wavelength continuity constraints. This means that a light path must use same wavelength on all the links along its path from source to destination. Second, distinct wavelength constraints. That is, all light paths using same link, that is fiber, must be allocated distinct wavelengths. Then, in which type of networks you see RWA problem? This figure depicts RWA problem with the two wavelengths per fiber. So let us check first constraint, that is wavelength continuity constraints. It is represented by replicating the network into many copies. Here we have only two copies, that is lambda 1 and lambda 2. That is, if wavelength I is selected for a light path, the source and destination edge nodes communicate over ith copy of the network. So the wavelength continuity constants should be relaxed. So it can be relaxed by using optical cross connects with the wavelength converters. So what do you mean by wavelength converters? So these are basically I/O devices that convert the wavelength of a optical signal arriving at its input port to different wavelengths as the signal departs from its destination port. Different levels of wavelength conversions are possible. First one is no conversions. So OXCs will not perform any internal conversions. Fixed wavelength conversions, where each input wavelength can be converted to exactly one other wavelength. Next is limited conversions. It means that each input wavelength may be converted to any specific set of wavelengths which is not the set of all wavelengths for at least one input wavelength. So here lambda 1 is making a set of connections or conversions to lambda 1 and lambda 2. So lambda 2 is converting to lambda 2 and lambda 3 and so on. Full conversion means that it removes wavelength continuity constants, making it possible to establish a light path as each link along the path from source to destination has free wavelength. Wavelength convertible routing network architectures. Three different WDM network architectures employing wavelength conversions are shown in the figure. In figure A, each network link utilizes a dedicated wavelength converters. Wavelength converters are WC in the figure. All the wavelength channels at the output port of the optical switch will be converted to their wavelength channels by an appropriate wavelength converters. Example, the WC changes incoming lambda 1 to lambda 2 and then converted to mux. Here, for every node, WC is connected, which is cost effective to implement. So in figure B, we can see that sparse wavelength convertible network architecture is used that employs a number of wavelength converters as wavelength converter bank, that is WCB. That is WC is organized in WCB. In this arrangement, only required wavelength channels are switched through WCB. Here, wavelength channel lambda 2 is converted to lambda 3 using WCB. In figure C, the architecture shown uses two optical switches to construct shared per node WC network architectures. Optical switch 2 switches the converted wavelength channel to their designated nodes. In this case, the wavelength channel lambda 2 is converted to wavelength channel lambda 3 via the shared WCB and is then switched to the optical switch 2 to provide connection to the MUX. In WDM networks, to establish a logical path between source and destination edge nodes, we know that there are two stages: routing, that is searching or selecting a suitable path, and wavelength assignment. It means that selecting an available wavelength for connection. The process is referred to as an RWA problem. The RWA can be implemented in two ways. First one is static RWA and dynamic RWA. Static RWA. So the objective of static RWA is to establish a set of light paths in such a way to minimize the number of wavelengths used in the network. So the static RWA is that the light path assignments done when traffic is known well in advance. The constraint can be that any two light paths sharing the same physical link are assigned different wavelengths. Dynamic RWA, in this case the light path assignments to be done when requests arrive in the random fashion. So the objective of dynamic RWA is to route and assign wavelengths in such a way to minimize blocking probability of the channel. So in case when there are no wavelength channels available, then no link can be set up between desired nodes from source to destination. Such unavailability of network links between these two nodes leads to blocking of channel. So in order to avoid this problem, it is important to determine blocking probability of the network. Wavelength routing and the selection of a path. Figure shows an example of wavelength routing. So in this figure, there are 5 nodes with a fixed connection where node 1 is requested to establish a connection to node 5. We can see that there are 4 possibilities of the light path setup. First one is by single hop via node 2, 2 hop via node 4 and 2. Third possibility is 2 hops via nodes 2 and 3 and 3 hops via nodes 4, 2 and 3. During the wavelength and routing assignment, the light path can be set up if same wavelength is available between selected network nodes. If not, wavelength conversion techniques can be employed. Second case is that when during this wavelength and routing assignments, when there are no wavelength channels available, then no link can be set up between the desired nodes. Such unavailability of network link between source and destination leads to blocking of channel. So in order to avoid this problem, it is important to determine blocking probability of network by providing information about availability of path between source and destination. And we can use suitable RWA algorithms to avoid this blocking probability of a network and to offer lowest or no blocking probability for the network.